I think you guys have probably figured out that I love the number 5. I do usually like to include it in my videos. 5 things reviews, 5 bold predictions, 5 everything else in between. And I'm going to go through at least 5 different rookies and how they have performed in the opening 5 rounds of the season. I'm going to do this for all the rookies, possibly as well for Liam Lawson as well. Whether he's a rookie or not is debatable, but for the 5 proper out-and-out undisputed rookies in Formula 1 this year, those being Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Oliver Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, Jack Doohan and Isaac Hadjar as well. And I'm going to start with Kimi Antonelli because he has been absolutely incredible this season. He really honestly surprised me in a sense. I always thought he'd do well coming into F1, but he's really taken into it like a duck to water. So here are the 5 things that we have learned so far about Kimi Antonelli in Formula 1. So the first thing that we've learned is that he is ready for Formula 1. And that might sound obvious, you know, the fact that he has done this so well. He has been incredible since he's come into Formula 1. But there were a lot of doubts on him coming into this season. Of course, he is at the tender age of just 18, the youngest you can possibly be before becoming a Formula 1 driver these days. He's not even finished school yet. He is continuing his studies to complete his exams over in Italy, while also moonlighting in a sense as a Formula 1 driver. Is he moonlighting as a school student? I don't know. Answer on a postcard for that one. Of course, he famously crashed out in Monza last season as well when he competed in a free practice session for Mercedes, and people were saying, this guy's not got it, he's not ready for Formula 1 yet. But oh my days, did he prove us wrong. He's been absolutely brilliant, and I'll go into why exactly and some of his main highlights during this video as well. But yeah, he is ready for F1, absolutely deserves his place on the grid. He is not a token, he is not there too soon. He is fantastic, and it's great to see an Italian driver, a competitive Italian driver in Formula 1 for the first time in a very long time. I loved Antonio Giovinazzi, but come on, competitive, not really. He's the first in a very long time to come from Italy that has really got a chance of becoming a star in Formula 1. Number 2, though, he will make mistakes. He is human, he is very young, and we've seen some ups and downs from him so far in his career in Formula 1. A lot more ups than downs, but the only really down I'd say would be Bahrain, where he just missed out on points. But despite that, that is the first time when he's not finished inside the top 10 in his Formula 1 career so far, and he only just missed out then as well, being up in P11. Number 3, he's absolutely rapid in wet conditions. Of course, we had a wet Australian Grand Prix to start the season, and he didn't qualify particularly well. He was out in Q1, he started in 16th place, but despite that, he climbed 12 positions during the Grand Prix to finish in P4, just off of the podium and just behind his teammate George Russell, who is vastly more experienced in that car and also more experienced in Formula 1 in general. That was an incredible drive. We've not seen him finish quite as high up since then, but I really do think this kid is incredible in the wet. Anybody that saw his performance at Hungary in Formula 2 last season will be left in no doubt as to whether this guy is quick in the wet. So if we get a wet race coming up in Miami or Silverstone or Canada or anywhere like that where it's liable to be wet and tricky conditions, this kid is very much going to be a threat, especially if he qualifies up the grid too. Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, I do not rule out him challenging those guys at the front of the grid during a wet race when we get another one. He's already a record breaker as well, the 4th thing that we has learned during this. He broke 2 all-time Formula 1 records during the Japanese Grand Prix earlier this season. He completed a very long opening stint of the race to lead the race as well, about halfway or so, just over halfway or so through the Grand Prix, becoming the youngest ever driver to lead a Formula 1 Grand Prix. He also set the fastest lap of the race in Japan as well. That is an all-time record as well for the youngest to ever do that. He broke Max Verstappen's records on both of these occasions as well. And the last thing is that he's going to be absolutely crucial in Mercedes getting runner-up spot in the Constructors' Championship this year. Now, of course, we know how important George Russell is. His consistency has been fantastic. He is very much going to be the one who will get most points, I would say, this season so far, and that is, you know, that seems to be the case so far this season. You know, he's having a fantastic campaign, up in 4th overall in the standings. But I think actually Kimi Antonelli is going to be very crucial in that as well, as a sort of, I mean, saying he's a number 2 is a bit disrespectful, but the fact that he's a rookie, he is kind of a number 2 effectively, at least in this regard when it comes to points. If he overtakes George Russell eventually, he's not number 2 anymore, but you know what I mean when it comes to this. But he's going to be crucial when it comes to Mercedes potentially getting 2nd place overall in the championship. I think McLaren are going to take a lot of beating really in that. So I think that battle for P2 in the Constructors is absolutely wide open. Red Bull and Ferrari both going for that as well. And his performances really against the likes of Hamilton, Leclerc, and also Yuki Tsunoda as well in that second Red Bull seat. He will be very much expected to beat those guys on at least a semi-regular basis and drive home that advantage that George Russell is getting at the top as well. So yeah, those are the 5 things that we learned. I'm very excited to see Kimi Antonelli. If I had a gun to my head and I had to pick a standout rookie so far this season, Antonelli hands down wins it. He's been brilliant, despite Ollie Behrman doing really well, despite Isaac Hadjar doing really well at times as well, even Gabriel Bortoleto. You guys know how much I rate him. He's, you know, they've all done good performances so far this season at times. So yeah, I think Antonelli really is head and shoulders above them right now. He is in the best car for sure out of those kids, because they are kids, like 18, 19 years old, a lot of them. But you know, I think he really is showing his talent, and I'm really excited to see where he goes from here. And who knows, one day, it's a long way off probably, but one day he might become the first Italian driver to win the Formula 1 World Championship since Alberto Ascari in the early 1950s. It's been a long time since Italy's had a top Formula 1 driver. But yeah, your thoughts on Kimi Antonelli in the comments below. If you had to give him a rating out of 10, what would you give him? Personally, I'd give him a 9 out of 10. I think he's been brilliant considering his age and lack of experience really in Formula 1. To come in like this and do as well as he has, superb. Your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this. Like I said, I'm covering all the rookies. Maybe Lawson as well. I might do Lawson as well later in this week. But yeah, see you soon, guys. Have a great day wherever you are in the world.